Hi, it's Christy here from version of you 2.0. And if you're watching this video, I hope it's because you have stepped up to show up for yourself and are in the midst of your transformation journey. Now's really the time to reflect on the person you were before embarking on this transformation journey. And I promise I'll close the loop at the end, but I do want you to step back and really look at all of the obstacles, events, and experiences that kept coming up for you prior to embarking on this journey. So, I am going to ask that you go ahead and pause me for a moment and grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen or pencil so that you can write down these different obstacles, events, and experiences that just kept showing up for yourself. Okay. So, as these obstacles, events, and experiences come to mind easily and effortlessly, write them down on paper, but do so sporadically on the piece of paper. Don't just list them out. Put some of the obstacles over here, or experiences, or events, or whatever comes to mind, but place them in different spots all along your piece of paper. Now, once you've done that, we're going to move to step number 2. So, as part of this reflection exercise, I want you now to try and resurrect the all too familiar thoughts that correspond with these obstacles, events, and experiences. Thoughts that may be like, oh, I just don't have the time, or I'm not good enough. I'm just so different from them. And even, why does this always happen to me? So, what thoughts come to mind when you think of the obstacles, events, and experiences that just continued to show up in your life? And then, as you did with the obstacles, events, and experiences, write down your thoughts in sporadic places on this same piece of paper. Remember these thoughts clearly and articulate them on your piece of paper. Now, step number 3. Once you've written down all of your thoughts with respects to the all too familiar obstacles, events, and experiences, let's see if we can map out any patterns between our thoughts and the experiences. So, with each thought that you've written down on the piece of paper, take that thought and see if you can draw a line to its corresponding obstacle, event, or experience. And if you have a thought that can be linked to multiple obstacles, events, and experiences, that's perfectly fine too. Just ensure that each thought that you have written on the piece of paper attaches itself to a related experience. Now, as you connect your individual thoughts with its obstacles, events, and experiences, notice how you've started to create this web like map. Once you've completed this connection of all of your thoughts, I want you to take each of those lines and I want you to label them with a feeling. So let me repeat myself. Once you've connected all of the thoughts, I want you to label each connecting line with a feeling. What was the feeling that you had with regards to the thought that you were thinking and the outcome of the obstacle, event, or experience? Now, I want you to ensure that every line connecting your thoughts to its corresponding obstacle, event, or experience has a labeled feeling. So no line should be left untouched. Okay. Now that you have this web, see if you can identify trending feelings based on the labels that you gave them. Take a step back and kind of look at it from afar, that 30,000-foot view, then the 10,000-foot view, then the 5,000-foot view, and take stock of the trends. What do you notice? What are the trends with the feelings that you see? Are there any connections where you have similar feelings? Are there any changes in intensity of the feeling concerning specific thoughts and experiences? And if you had to guess, how many years do you think you spent kind of working through or constantly recreating this web? Decades, maybe? You see, we choose our hard every single day. And so, for a number of years, you chose, consciously or not, to live out this web like pattern. And here's where I'm closing the loop. It's important to realize that because you chose these experiences that you see in front of you, based on the associated thoughts and feelings that you created with this web, you can choose to think, feel, and behave differently. You just have to decide which hard you're going to choose. Choosing to stay the same means living out the hard that you're familiar with. Choosing to change, however, is also very hard. And so you get to decide on this journey whether you're going to work hard to stay stuck with the familiar territory of reliving your web like patterns of thoughts, feelings, and experiences based on distorted beliefs, knowledge gaps, fears, or unresolved pain. Or if you're going to continue to take those steps forward and navigate the unfamiliar territory of uncertainty, faith, trust, and self acceptance. Now, let me just leave you with this. Anytime you're on your transformation journey where you feel tired, because it's inevitable, right? Where you feel defeated, where you feel like you just want to shut down, hide, and turn away from the world, and you want to quit, instead ask yourself this: which hard will I choose today? I hope that this has helped you to really gain some perspective on some of the default patterns that you may have had that you're really looking to work through, so that as those default patterns or as those experiences try to come up for you again, that you're able to recognize them early enough that you can take new action. Here's to showing up for you. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.